ministry of the word, and we are in the children's service. Sorry, the children didn't get to do their full program because of we have to adjust as we go along. Is that all right? Yeah. So thanks Sister Sandrine and Sister Bellita for taking us thus far. God bless you. Now, could we just turn our Bibles to 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 4. And we will also look at 2 Samuel chapter 9. 2 Samuel chapter 9. And we will read up to verse 30. So 2 Samuel 4, first of all, verse 4. And then we will look at 2 Samuel chapter 9 from verse 1 to 30. And we will read. I'll just give you a minute or so to locate that scripture. Amen. So good to have you, Sister Gooden. Yes, thanks for your testimony. And I'm glad you're enjoying my country. And I wish you a safe journey when you go back. Amen. Bless the Lord. 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 4. It says, Jonathan, son of Saul, had a son who was lame in both feet. He was 5 years old when the news about Saul and Jonathan came from Jezreel. His nurse picked him up and fled. But as she hurried to leave, he fell and became disabled. His name was Mephibosheth. Okay? I want you to bear that scripture in mind, and now we will go to chapter 9 of the same book, from 1 to 30. And David asked, Is there anyone still left of the house of Saul, to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake? Now there was a servant of Saul's household named Ziba. They summoned him to appear before David the king. And the king said to him, Are you Ziba? At your service, he replied. The king asked, Is there no one still alive from the house of Saul, to whom I can show God's kindness? Ziba answered the king, There is still a son of Jonathan. He is lame in both feet. Where is he? The king asked. Ziba answered, He is at the house of Micah, son of Amiel, in Lodebar. So King David had him brought from Lodebar, from the house of Micah, son of Amiel. When Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, came to David, he bowed down to pay him honor. David said, Mephibosheth, at your service. He replied. Don't be afraid, David said to him, for I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will always eat at my table. Mephibosheth bowed down and said, What is your servant, that you should notice a dead dog like me? Then the king summoned Ziba, Saul's steward, and said to him, I have given your master's grandson everything that belonged to Saul and his family. You and your sons and your servants are to farm the land for him, and bring in the crops, so that your master's grandson may be provided for. and Mephibosheth, grandson of your master, will always eat at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then Ziba said to the king, your servant will do whatever my lord the king commands his servant to do. So Mephibosheth ate at David's table like one of the king's sons. Mephibosheth had a young son named Micah, and all the members of Ziba's household were servants of Mephibosheth, and Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem because he always ate at the king's table. He was lame in both feet. Amen? That's the word of the Lord. We give thanks for his words. And I just want to, we are in the month of May, and we have declared this month Child's Month. And so some activities, I did ask the Children's Ministries team to do a few activities for the children this month. And so I'm sure that will unfold as we go along. But the theme for this month is Children of the Kingdom. Children of the Kingdom. And I just want to look now on God's grace, and that is shown to us. And the scripture says in 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 4, it says, and Jonathan's son, Saul's son, had a son that was lame in both feet. And what happened to Mephibosheth is that when the news came that the sons of Saul were all killed at battle, and what happened was that Mephibosheth was only 5 years old, where he was lame in both feet, which indicated that he could not make a significant progress in his life. His movement was restricted. And some of us, even though we are older, maybe 30 years old or 40, sometimes 60 years old, but something that happened when we were young, when we were in our infant stage, in our childhood stage, in our teenage years, those things are still affecting us today. And Mephibosheth, this was an incident, an event that happened to him at 5 years old. But you know what? It affected his heritage. He was supposed to be the next king, the next heir for the throne. But he lost out on some of the progress, some of the achievements that he could have because he was lame enough in his feet. And not just one feet, but both feet. Some of us are so restricted, so handicapped because of what has happened in our past. But I come to tell you today that there is a grace that is released from the throne of heaven, that we can still live and have a good life, and that is because of Jesus Christ. Sometimes we are not just abused by friends, but sometimes we come even in church, and sometimes we are abused by negative words. People speak negative things over us. People who has the power and the authority, and they abuse it and take advantage of us instead of working alongside and supporting us and caring for us. To the point, even though today some of us don't want to get involved in church, because when we were involved, we were hurt, we were abused, we were taken advantage of. But I want to say you don't have to give up, because God is on your side. And He is a God of a second chance. So when people might have written you off, when people might have discarded you, God has a way of giving us a second chance. So when you trust the leader, when you trust the care group leader and the cell group leader, when you trust a significant other in your life and they take advantage and they hurt you, you're in a relationship and you thought that this is the man for me, this is the woman for me, and yet you were abused you are hurt as a result of how they have treated you. You don't want to associate yourself. Some of us have gone into a withdrawal mode. We don't want to associate with anything. We have now a negative view of people. We were once so positive and optimistic, but we have lost our optimism. We have lost our positive view on life as a result of what has happened. A negative view of church, a negative view of God and His people because of what has happened. But even though sometimes people will be showing us love, we reject their love because we were hurt and we have lost trust in people. How many of us have lost trust in people because of the hurt that was inflicted on us because of something that somebody else did, not because of what you have done? Because sometimes we can be dropped and laid in our feet because of what we have done. Sometimes the choices that we make in life can affect our future, can affect our achievements and what we get out of life because of our choices. And sometimes it might be the kind of people that we hang around, the negative people who are not going anywhere, who has no ambition and aspiration to go higher. We hang around too many times around people who are chickens, because chickens can only fly to a certain height. But you know what? We need to move away out of the company of chickens. Because chickens only eat from what is on the ground level. They only eat worms, they eat what you feed them. They have to depend on what you give them. Chickens are not going anywhere, they can go so far and no further. And chickens want you to remain at their height. Are you hearing me? We want to aspire to be like the eagle. What can I tell you about the eagle? The eagle soar to the highest height. Somebody says you. I believe that somebody is in this house that needs to be fetched because they have tried every source. They have tried every friend. They have tried every counselor. They have tried even pastors. They have tried several leaders and they were not helped. But somebody, there is a divine help that is coming your way to fetch you, to carry you when you don't have any strength of your own. Someone is coming to fetch you. I want you to give Him praise in this house. For you're about to be fetched. But you know what? God won't just sometimes fetch you miraculously. God will always put somebody in your way to fetch you. I am praying as I prepare this message, I was praying that God will create fetchers in the house. We need some fetchers in the house, that when I am down in my sickness, when I'm down and depressed, somebody come and knock on my door and come to pray for me. I need somebody to come alongside me to it's not by might, it's not by power, but it's by my Spirit, Lord. So verse 6 says, now Mephibosheth, the son of David, the son of Saul, was come unto David. He fell on his face and did reverence. My God. He fell down and he said, behold thy servant. And David said unto him, fear not, surely I will show kindness. Don't fear. I'm not going to kill you. And I will restore to you the land of Saul, and you shall eat continually at the king's table. Even then, and this is what I'm saying to you, that even though Mephibosheth was promised to eat at the king's table, he was now in the kingdom. He was now in the palace. But even at that point, he was in a beautiful place. A place he was taken out of Lodebar, where there was no favor, where there was no word of hope. He was fetched out of Lodebar and brought into a beautiful place. Brought into a place of plenty. My God.